Man, I really wish I would have waited to watch this on Halloween. Will you close the damn door? Jesus Christ.
It's Drewski McGillicuddy's The Thing from Another World movie review.
Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and I just watched the original 1951 classic, The Thing from Another World, that inspired John Carpenter's horror masterpiece, The Thing. So it's Black and White week. It's a Black and White horror week over at Killer Flicks. So I figured, hey, I haven't seen this movie, and I don't need anybody making any rant videos about me, so I watched it. I actually picked this up a couple months ago. It might even have been last year.
It was last year.
But I was actually kind of waiting until Halloween or the winter time, because I've actually only seen John Carpenter's The Thing once, and it was on DVD on one of those regular old square TVs. So I know it's blasphemy because I've had the Blu-ray of that for at least 4 years, and I just haven't popped it in. And everybody talks about how wonderful it is, and I remember it being a good movie. I do remember it being a good movie. But we're not here to talk about that. I'm sure you knew that. We're here to talk about the 1951 original classic starring I thought she was saying James Garner. I was like, that's not James Garner.
James Arness.
James Arness from Gunsmoke plays The Thing from Another World. And I like how they even dropped the name in the middle of this movie. The nurse lady, it was like,
Nikki.
It's like The Thing from Another World. And I'm like, title drop. But yeah, so this is about a bunch of scientists. It's kind of like John Carpenter. It's a little different, but
scientists and Air Force.
There's scientists. It's the Air Force, and then there's some bunch of other people. There's some nurses. Yeah, there's some nurses.
Just nurses.
But anyway, there's this big old circular crash in the snow. So they go, and it's a flying saucer, and wouldn't you know it, they blow the fucking thing up. They blow the flying saucer up. So now there's not going to be any evidence that the visitors from another world came down here. But wait a minute. They find the Thing frozen in the ice. So they, kind of carve him out, and then they leave him in an extra room, kind of like Encino Man style. And then some jackass throws an electric blanket on it, and the son of a bitch thaws out. But anyway, they're all awaiting for orders. And the funny thing about this movie and other 50s movies is everybody's got the same sort of accent. Like the real fast talkers. Like, hey, what are you doing here? I can't do it.
And they all talk at the same time.
They all talk at the same time. There's like 15 guys talking around, talking. He's like, what are you talking to me? You talking to me? What are you talking about? I can't do it. I was, doing it good last night, but now that I'm on the spot, I can't do it. But you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie, just a bunch of people talking at the same time. They're all trying to talk faster than each other. And then they're like, yeah, see? It's kind of like the mobsters in Chicago. Everybody talked like a mobster from Chicago in 1951.
Because it was cool.
But anyway, that's beside the point. So, yeah. They're waiting orders to see if what they should do. And there's a reporter. Yeah, there's the reporter. He's actually my favorite character. I can't believe I forgot about the reporter. And he's a ball buster. He goes around, he busts the captain's balls, he busts the doctor's balls. Anybody's balls that need busting, this guy's ready to bust them, okay? And, yeah. And I really like his haircut. Anywho. Whatever.
Because he ain't hardly got no
So, the guy shoots the Thing, and it doesn't do anything. And then they all run outside, and he's out there fighting the dogs. And that's a cardinal sin. You're not allowed to kill little puppy dogs in movies. It's a terrible thing. Don't do it. But yeah, he's just throwing them around, and hopefully they were just stuffed dogs, because for 1951, the effects in this movie are pretty good. Now, there's a lot of scenes where they don't actually show what they're doing or what they're talking about. Like when they're looking down in the ice and they're describing what they see, they're just standing on sand, I think. And I think this was filmed in the desert, and they made it look like snow. I have no idea. But I know it was supposedly 100 degrees on set when they were measuring the circumference of the UFO. But anyway, so one of the dogs bites the thing's arm off, and they're studying it, and it all of a sudden come back to life. But they had figured out that it's just basically a big carrot. It's a big carrot. So if they ever remade this movie again, I can think of one person in particular that should play the thing.
Rob Schneider is a Wall Street executive with everything going for him. Only problem is, he's about to become a carrot. I'm a carrot. It's 24 karat comedy. Rob Schneider is a carrot. Rated PG-13.
But anyway, shut up. You're ruining my video.
No.
Anyway, what was I talking about? See, God damn it.
You're talking about the arm coming back
Okay,
to life and what
so
they
he's
found
a
underneath
carrot.
the fingernails.
He's a carrot, and he's got like seeds and stuff, and he can reproduce himself. And then one of the crazy scientists was like, "Well, I'm just going to take these seeds and I'm going to feed blood to it, and then we're going to make a bunch of them because he's not afraid to die in the name of science." He's like, we must know what's out there. We must know. People must know. And then they can all die. And then what the fuck's the point of knowing shit when you're fucking dead, you dumb fuck? See, these smart-ass people think they're so fucking smart when they're a bunch of fucking idiots. Okay? So,
science is worth more than
I like how the
one life.
captain or the colonel or whatever the hell, the main guy, he ain't putting up with none of this psychobabble bullshit from this scientist. So he's, doesn't he slap him? I can't remember. Somebody should have slapped him. If they didn't slap him, somebody should have slapped him. I would have slapped him. He was gonna slap him. But oh yeah, the thing slapped him. So that was a good scene. But yeah, so this movie's awesome. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Now, being that it's a 1950s movie, it is a somewhat of a slow burn. But the characters are entertaining. The writing is really good for a somewhat, $40,000? A $40,000 movie in 1951? Yeah. I mean, the acting's pretty solid. Like I said, the special effects are really solid. And, this this might hold up with the thing. But guess what? I guess I'm going to have to dust off the old thing Blu-ray. Where's it at? There it is. I'm going to dust it off, throw it in after I watch Friday the 13th Part 6. But yeah, until I figure out my goddamn rating system, we're giving it a gold star! Yeah! Fucking awesome! I love it! So, we'll see how it holds up against John Carpenter's version. We're here within the next few weeks. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all my Patreons. And if you're interested in checking out my Patreon, I might eventually, put the link in the description box below, but I didn't even put a description for my Bird on a Wire videos. I can't be bothered to remember to do shit sometimes. Oh, also, instead of sending out emails to my Patreons, can I just DM you? Maybe I'll send you a dick pic. Anyway, I'm talking to you, Tiffany. Anyway, just let me know in the comment section down below. Brad, I'll send you one too. All right, see ya.
This bird and wire in trouble, sorry all the time. Got a bone to pick, bitch. I'm gonna crush you fucking down.